on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we got something super cool to work on. Very excited about this piece. We've got a wolf, we got some barbed wire, and we got some Old English on the knuckles. Super cool tattoo. This is all going in black, no color at all. And I'm not even going to be watering down the black. I'm just going to be using neat black, just peppered out a little bit. So let's take a look at the design real quick. Here you can see it's just a bold, readable design. Fills the hand out really nice. We've got those extra blood drops coming down the side. We've got the barbed wire that just is a nice rocker frame in the bottom there. And big, bold, Old English letters. Doesn't get more badass than this. So super excited to work on this one. Working on the knuckles can be kind of difficult. The skin's tougher, not as porous. But it's not my first rodeo. So let's go over to the studio and we'll show you exactly how we're going to do this. All right, here we get prepping up the area real nicely. Just using Dr. Bronner's and a razor. I used to use alcohol to clean after I'd done the soap and shave. And that was to dry out the skin a lot. And I've heard a lot of people do this. But I found it just kind of irritates the skin. If you've ever shaved and then put something alcoholic based on it, it stings a lot. So you've almost given trauma to the skin before you've even started. So here it's just about just keeping it nice and sting free. But yeah, basically we're putting the stencil on, using the stencil stuff. I stencil on the fingers individually just so we can get them exactly where we want them to be. There you can see I put it on and wasn't happy with how straight it was. These knuckles, these letters on the knuckles are huge. They actually go down to the middle knuckle there, which is kind of just adds an extra challenge to this piece because tattooing over bends in the fingers are always extremely challenging and extremely painful as well. So we've got to be careful how we do this. They normally either drop out or blow out. So we're trying to give enough room for that. If we do get little bits of blowout, it doesn't look bad. And then if it does fall out, we can easily go in and touch up. So yeah, let the stencil dry on for a good amount of time. The last thing we want is the stencil to fall off halfway through. It looks like we're good to get going. Hands can be pretty painful. They do swell up a lot. I recommend for healing that you definitely keep them elevated for the first day. Taking an anti-inflammatory might help. I'm not a doctor, so don't take medical advice from me. But in the past, for myself and my clients, I found that ibuprofen's a pretty good option, as well as just keeping it elevated and keeping it iced. Because 9 times out of 10, your hand will look like a boxing mitt, especially after doing across the knuckles and fingers and all that. So yeah, this is definitely going to be a sore one. And today we are using the Sidewinder version 3, like always, and we have paired that with a 11 round shader, working through those sweet tips from Dan Cuban. It's just my go-to. I do switch it up from time to time. I know since starting this channel I've just been kind of stuck on this liner, but sometimes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And been getting some really good results from this. It's typically how I do things. I will just be obsessed with a machine for months, if not years, and then get bored of it and move on to the next one. But right now, the Sidewinder 3 is my workhorse. I absolutely love it. Okay, so here you can see we're done with the outline. Applying some Bactine on it now. It's getting pretty sore. Typically, obviously, I would spray it on, but this is just the end of the bottle, so we're just applying it like this. So you'll have to bear with me while I do something a little outside the box. But yeah, lines are all down. Everything went down really solid. I blacked out the fingers with the liner. That way we can definitely make sure they're fully saturated and nice and strong and bold. You can see them kind of going over those middle knuckles there, which is very challenging and pretty damn painful. So the Bactine's definitely going to help with that. Bactine also helps pull off the stencil. Not so much of a problem when we're working with just a black piece, but if you're doing color stuff and you've still got strong stencil on, it's kind of annoying. So applying a bit of Bactine will definitely help knock away some of that bright, bold stencil stuff. So here, going in, starting the black out. I always find like a nice simple area that's kind of easy to shade and not in a super sore spot. Get the client ready to be able to adjust from the lining to the shading. But honestly, after having your hand lined, anything feels better. So shading is definitely an improvement on that. But we're going to start here in the black areas and slowly just start pepper shading that out into areas. Like I said before, I'm just using neat black. Often in pieces like this, I might end up doing a bunch of solid black and then going in with a watered down black to give a kind of gray shade. But not really necessary with this. We're able to get like a nice kind of transparency, peppery shade on with just the whip shading. So yeah. All right, there we have the finished product. Really happy with the way this turned out. Super bold, super clean. Everything went down really nice. Should have a really good clean heel on this. Yeah, really love this tattoo. A lot of fun. All right, guys, we're going to wrap this video up now. Thank you so much for stopping by and checking out my content. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, then please leave a comment down below. I'd really appreciate a like. And if you like my stuff, then go ahead and subscribe. It will help you to see more of this content, and it also really help me boost in the algorithm. So I really appreciate if you take the time and just give me a like and give me a comment and subscribe. Thank you so much. We got some more cool stuff videos coming soon. We got some behind the scenes of skeleton goods, which I know you guys have been asking for, as well as more awesome tattoo content. So look forward to seeing you in another video. Thanks and have a great week. Peace.